$5 here, three. Ought to give me $3 now, four. I'm a $3 to $4 now, five. Ought to $4 now, five. I'm a $4 here now, five and 5, 6. Ought to 5, 6. Ought to 5 to 6. I'm a $5 here now, 6. So $5 in the back. 9, 6, 7.
How's it going? Today was auction day. I told you guys yesterday I was going to an auction specifically for some watches. Looked like there might have been some other stuff there I was be interested in buying too. But based on the pictures, I thought there might be some vintage watches, and there were some there. Unfortunately, there's also probably 3 or 4 buyers that were looking at these watches also. I've never been to this auction before, and I wasn't sure what to expect from the buyers in that area. But there were, like I said, 3 or 4 guys that were specifically looking at the watches and bid up the prices a bit. But I did get the watch I was going after, and I paid a little bit higher than I thought I would have to pay. But I'm still pretty happy what I got today. So today I spent a total of what was it? $53.38, and I'll show you guys what I picked up. This is like I said, these auctions, I look on AuctionZip. It's a good platform to find local auctions, and this is what I came across. This photo, I think I told you guys before, I was looking at this dive watch right up here, and it's not going to blow up. But to me, that looked like possibly a vintage dive watch. So I was interested in going to the auction for that. And you just never know what could be mixed in with these, if they could be, some more vintage mechanical watches, stuff like that. And there was another group up here somewhere. As you can see, there's a number of photos. Unfortunately, the guy I went with goes to this auction once a week normally. It's usually on Tuesdays, but they had a Saturday auction today. There's not a lot of other Saturday auctions that were around today. So he said the crowd here was double the normal crowd. So this also piqued my interest. It looked like there could be these are all look to me like they're mechanical watches, probably from the 50s and 60s. And they had all these separated. And there were some pocket watches over here. Most of them didn't run. I was interested in a Hamilton, but it went higher than I was willing to pay. The watches, like I said, there was 3 or 4 guys bidding on the watches. In these watches, there's nothing really special. There were some like Benrus, some Timex, some Bulivas. Probably the best one, if it was actually in nice condition, was this one right here. It was a Buliva Accutron, like a Goodyear retirement type piece. It was missing the crown. Dial was horrible. Just overall really bad condition. So what they did was choice watch with this group, and the bidding went up to $22.50, and the person picked 5. So I think these watches, based on the condition, were worth probably top end $40. So not a lot of money to be made if you're a reseller, which I think this guy was. He's not going to make very much money on the watches he picked. But I'll show you guys what I end up picking up. So like I said, I spent a total of $53.38, and I basically bought 3 different lots. So the first 2 were choice after the first go around. So the other, like I said, the price was $22.50. I think he picked 5. They went around again, and the bidding stopped at $10. My choice. Ended up picking up this. I don't come across these very often. It's a Timex, but it's a 21 jeweled movement. So I ended up picking that up for $10. I think this might, in a good day, if I clean it up, this might pay for the entire lot I bought. So I think this is probably a $40 to $60 watch, maybe on a good day. It is in pretty nice condition. I think I'd be able to polish the crystal. Not a lot of wear on the watch itself. The band is in terrible condition. But on a good day, like I said, I think this might pay for the lot. The second go around was $12.50. I bought the rest of the watches in the box, and nothing really too great. There's a, like from the 90s, a Seiko quartz. Nothing too special. There is a Bulova. It is working. Unfortunately, the dial is in really bad shape. But a Bulova, and looks like it is running. And it seems to be keeping time. I set the time, not exactly what the time was. It's like 4:35 or so, so it looks like it's doing pretty well. Looks like the case is in pretty nice condition, but the dial itself is pretty bad. And then they had 4 box lots of watches, that what they thought were the junky watches. And I think the one watch in here is probably the best of all of the wristwatches that were there. I did have to pay up for this. I was expecting these watch lots to sell for under $10, but they must have, the guys that bid on these watches must have known this one specific watch was in here, so they bid it up a little bit. But I'm still pretty happy with the price. Just go over some other watches that are in here that I think I might be able to get my $27.50 back just on these couple watches. Have a older Timex digital, pretty nice condition. I think this might be a $20 watch if it works. Another newer watch. It's a Timex Expedition. Again, probably $15 watch. Just the rest of this stuff really isn't anything. It's quartz. But the reason I bought it was for this right here. And have a Timex dive watch. I think it's from 1981. Mechanical wind in pretty good condition. I think I should be able to clean this up pretty nice. There's not a lot of wear on it. These are just a base metal case, so they are susceptible to wear, but I'll try and clean this up. So I'll do it before after, and I'll pause the video in a little bit here and clean it up and show you what it looks like after it's been cleaned. But I like this watch. It's a pretty large size, and it is mechanical. I do not have any Timex dive watches in my collection. So like I do with all my personal collection of watches, they're all paid for by collecting and reselling. So the watches in here I end up reselling, and this watch will end up being free. eBay search looks like this watch in this condition, when I clean it up, it's worth probably around $100. So a nice early 80s mechanical dive watch. They'll go in my personal collection, and like I said, it'll be free. So I'll go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll clean this up, and we'll see what it looks like after it's been cleaned. Okay guys, here's the watch after I cleaned it. Unfortunately, I did not have any more regular toothpaste. I just had some whitening toothpaste, and that doesn't work really to polish a crystal. You just need the regular type of toothpaste. So you can see it is a little bit hazy. But like I said, I need some regular toothpaste to polish that correctly. So this is what it looks like all cleaned up. I got all the grime off of it. I don't have any gloves, so I'm going to leave smudge marks on the case itself. So like I said, this is a base metal watch, so it's going to have imperfections in pitting. But overall, nice little watch here. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.